Hopefully this sound isn't an issue, so we can actually hear each other.
Yeah.
With a bit of noise, it's very tough.
He said the problem is clear, yeah. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just have to. There we go.
I might just have one this headphone out like this maybe in the front. And just talk like this. Have to be this way, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to get some headphones unplugged and all each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
Then you need to get some chargers for your phones.
Alrighty. Well, it's been 567 days since the Corral saw state champ basketball, but we're finally back this evening for an awesome doubleheader that will see both the senior women's and men's teams of Hume City racing the court back again here at Broadmeadows. Good afternoon, my name is Stephen Zoyce. Alongside me is Todd Anderson. How are you, Todd?
Doing really good. Excited to be finally back here watching championship basketball after, as you said, 18-month break. It's been a long time for these players. They got back on court last week finally, but this is the first time we're back here at the Corral.
Mentioning that it has been 567 days for the state champ women, a bit longer than that after they got bombed out in the semi-finals in 2019. So they've probably seen it was taking a little bit longer to grace the court here at Broadmeadows, but as you said, it's awesome to be back and to see these girls. New look faces here, a lot of youth league coming through, but it's great to see, you know, Hayley Wan coming back to the Broncos Association after a stint at Whittlesea. Sophie Burns is still around, which is awesome to see as well. Paige Tawaf comes in as well, so it's a new look Broncos side, but a lot to be excited about.
Definitely, yeah. A lot of changes across this team and across the league with a lot less imports this season. Obviously, restrictions with people being able to get into the country. Hume City going without imports this year, and also the retirement of perennial All-Star 5 Nicole Zammit has left a lot of holes there to be filled by youth players. So it's exciting for them to get the opportunity. And the same with Bulleen. Obviously, they've got some fantastic local talent.
Absolutely.
But we won't see a lot of imports this year. So it's really good to see the Australian players get an opportunity to step up. And hopefully, some of those girls can make a mark in the championship division.
Speaking about Bulleen, with all their talent they have, they blew up McKinnon last week at home, 88-65. Bet Cole dropped 31. Kay Gaze with 21. Lola Thomason with 18. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And obviously, for D Butler, that's something to really assess and identify, especially for these girls who only dropped 46 odd points last week. And I guess Sophie Burns is the highest at 10. Defensively, they're going to really need to stack up against this Bulleen side today.
Yeah, it's the biggest of threes that you might see in the league this year, those three girls. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for them. And for the young bigs, Hayley, Allen, to come up against Luella Tomlinson is going to be interesting to see how they go. But as you said, it was a fairly across-the-board effort last week. No one really standing out. So it'll be interesting to see in these first few games who steps up to fill the void of those players that have left from the past season.
A couple of replacements tonight for the Broncos as well. Tegan Hintle and Jade Kirk, they come in for just as a part in Harmony Harder. Obviously, products of the Youth League girls as well. How do you see them fitting into the state champ?
Yeah, look, the youth girls had their first hit out last week. Jade and Tegan really brought some aggression and some speed to that, so it'll be interesting to see how that works in here. Jade Kirk is a really tough player, so that's something you need when you're stepping up this level. You need to be able to hold your own against big bodies. So it'll be good to see her get some court time and just waiting for the Hume City team to come around the court. Obviously, a lot of last-minute instructions from D Butler. And looking good in the new threads for this season.
I was about to say, I love the new uniforms in the Broncos. They're simple, but they're elegant. How good does it look?
Clean and classic look they've gone with. So they were for last season, but obviously we didn't get a chance to bring them out. So new look team and new look design there.
Here we go, state champ women basketball. Broncos win the tip. Sophie Burns will start with the ball at the top of the three-point line. Right, being heavily guarded, swings it back to Burns. Brilliant block there on the outside by Tomlinson, but they're going to get it back. Burns again. 7 on the shot clock. Brilliant 3 on the outside by Paige Tawaf, and that's the first bucket at Broadmeadows for quite some time. Bulleen wastes no time. Tomlinson again looks for a drive. Good D by Wine. And again Burns brings it up. Guarded by Gaze here. Looks to drive. Brings it back out Overby in the starting 5 as well. Puts it into Wind inside the key. Out of court, no foul, and it'll be a Broncos ball. Burns to inbound. Wind back to Burns. Out of court ball, and it'll be Bulleen's ball here. Stepped out on the line. So Bulleen to bring up the ball. Amanda Hobber. They're swinging the ball around the top here, the Boomers. There's a foul on Tash Overby there. Side ball here for the Boomers. Bulleen looking to move the ball. Brilliant move inside there. A reset to the three. A nice two-pointer there, long two by Rebecca Cole. And the Boomers will be playing a full court press straight out of the gate. We're looking for some turnovers. Nicely done by Burns. Overby, mid-range two, blocked. On the long arm off the ball of Tomlinson. It's going to be hard to get past her tonight.
It's got too early, and it's quite intimidating to head into the paint there. As I was saying before, it's going to be important that the Broncos shoot well from outside. It's going to be tough to score in the paint, so if they can get that shot going, that's going to really help them spread the floor a little bit and open up those lanes.
Wine now looks to drive inside again. Tomlinson taking no prisoners at the moment. In transition, the Boomers slow it up. They had a couple of opportunities there, and it's going to be another turnover. Backcourt violation, and the Broncos will get a freebie here. So Tawaf to inbound. Burns again, the floor general at the moment. Overby, the three, puts it up off the back of the iron. Gaze with the rebound. Corralled here by Tawaf and Wine, but she puts the ball forward. Overby couldn't stop it there. And Tomlinson, easy basket. Burns double 10 in the corner. He has to put up a prayer. Lovely work here to get out of that full court press. Shot was good by Tawaf. And here come the Boomers again. Cole, Gaze for three, puts it up. No good. They're going to get another chance here. And Gaze, bounces in and out. And to be out of court of Haley Wind. So we've got another Boomers ball. So Paige Tawaf comes off the floor for the Broncos. Leilani Samoa in the game now. Cole again, mid-range. No good. Rebound by Ellen Wright here. And Simo with their first touch of the basketball. A bit stagnant here, the Broncos at the moment. Really looking to try and get that ball inside. Burns doesn't use Wine's pick. Simo with a mid-range shot. It's good. Leilani Samoa, brilliant work.
Instant offense, fresh off the bench, makes that first shot.
Absolutely.
Always good for the confidence.
Confidence booster, that's for sure. Oh, brilliant move there on the outside by Cole to Gaze. And another easy basket.
Great backdoor cut.
That's something that obviously the Broncos will really need to work on. And probably needed or struggled with against the Cavaliers last week as well. Wine inside. She's got work cut out for her against Tomlinson. Brilliant move. Hey, that's really, really good from Haley Wine there. Nice little move with the reverse. 7-6 in favour of the Broncos. Cole kicks it out. Merrigan, no good. And Burns will get the rebound on transition here. Looks to drive baseline. Kicks it out. Seymour again for three. She's lining it up, Todd. What a way to come off the bench. Cole pulls up again. Short at the front of the iron. Wine with the rebound. And here come the Broncos again. Burns, Wine playing up top here. Siamoa and Wright, they're combining as well. Overby, she's going to put up a three as well. No good, unlucky there. Rebound by Tomlinson. Cole trying to use the screen, steps back, pulls up, again just short, but again Gaze gets fouled. Brilliant offensive rebound by Kate Gaze there. Should go to the line for 2. Sophie Burns to pick up the foul there. Subs for both teams. Amanda Hobber comes out of the game for the Boomers. In comes Kate Sturzaker. Tash Overby comes out of the game as well. Misses a second, so Gaze made just one there. 9-7 lead in favour of the Broncos. Siamoa again brings the ball up. Sturzaker, brilliant hands, active hands. Out of court, Broncos ball. Good defense here from the Boomers, really denying the open pass. So Tawaf will find the ball in the corner. Sturzaker tripped over, gave Burns a bit of space. She looks to drive. Brilliant hands again from Tomlinson. I think that's block number 3 or 4 for her. In transition, the Boomers. Cole couldn't get hands to it, couldn't control it. And it'll be another Broncos ball. Another sub for Hume City. Nikki Spencer comes in for Hayley Wines. Lots of like early tide in this game for the Broncos. They're really taking it up to the Boomers at the moment, especially with the star-studded lineup. Spencer, first touch of the ball, into Ellen Wright against Tomlinson. Looks to post, and it'll be a 3-second in the key violation against Ellen Wright, so it'll be Bulleen ball here in this first term. Gaze to Cole, Tomlinson, 3 big names combined. Those girls really did damage last week. Sturzaker in the corner, off the back of the iron. They'll get another look at it though. Offensive rebound again. Cole looks to attack Siamoa. Lovely move inside, but she's missed it again. Tomlinson with a rebound, and she's been fouled. Foul on Nikki Spencer there for 2.
Well, they're not shooting the ball particularly well to start with, but they're getting after those offensive rebounds and creating second opportunities.
Absolutely they are. So, Luella Tomlinson at the line now. First one's good. Misses a second. One with the rebound again here. Broncos getting lucky from their free throw at the moment. Burns looks to run the floor here. Spencer playing high. Oh, hands on there from Kate Gaze into the head of Hayley Wine. It'll be a foul and a side ball for the Broncos. So after doing the inbounding here for the Broncos. Spencer and Burns combine again. Playing some high posting here from Wine and Spencer. 4 on the shot clock. Spencer puts it up. No good. And it'll be out of court. Bulleen ball. So Siamoa and Kate Gaze here doing a fairly decent job. Tomlinson's screen was nice, effective. Gets it back here. Misses the post move. Wine with the rebound again. Broncos getting a few rebounds here and using it to their advantage in transition. Foul on the floor. The Broncos ball again. Foul on Case. Sturzaker will take the foul there. Baseline ball for the Broncos. Two off. Being corralled by Annie Rose Garrick here. Samoa, outstretched arms, couldn't get to the ball. A couple of turnovers tied both ways. Brookins both and Butler would be looking to really try and nullify each other, but really looking for some good passes here. A couple of offenses that have really gone astray with just bad passing and bad hands.
Yeah, and some of that can be summed up with the early season woes. You know, new team getting to those offenses that people aren't where they are, the timing's a bit off. So hopefully those things will improve. But yeah, it's definitely hurting both teams early on.
So basket does not count. Haley Vine will pick up the foul. Be a Bulleen ball baseline here. For team, foul for Hume City. Paige Strife comes out. Charlotte Lord in for Hume City. Garrick, Gaze, outside three. Rims in and out. Another rebound there. No. Samoa and one collided, but they get the ball down the floor. Lord again from mid-range two. It's good. Lovely shot there from Charlotte Lord. Extends the lead. It's 11-8 in favour of the Broncos. Caleb Vitale comes on the floor up for the Boomers as Gaze drives and misses the layup. Burns on the transition. Looks to drive and kick and a travel on Sophie Burns. Another turnover. Leilani Samoa leading the Broncos, scoring with 4 in this first term. Paige Tawaf with 3. So Sturzaker, Gaze, Garrick, Vitale. Brilliant stop, but Tomlinson's hands are too good. She gets the ball. 10 on the shot clock, and a 3-second violation on the Boomers, and the Broncos liking that on the bench. Kate Gaze comes out of the game for the Boomers, and Tegan Hindle comes into the game for Hume City for Sophie Burns.
Bulleen continue with that full court pressure.
Yep.
Broncos have been doing a good job so far of getting the ball on the floor.
Brilliant move there by one, but she couldn't finish the layup. Vitale down the floor here. Swings to the top. Tomlinson, another beautiful move there. What a take by Annie Rose Garrick inside. Brilliant eyes by Tomlinson.
Yeah, great pass. They moved the ball very, very well.
Absolutely. On the other end, though, Samoa with an and one. Brilliant pass by Nikki Spencer. It was a little bit risky, but it pulled off and it was excellent. Really well done in transition. They didn't waste any time getting it out. They beat the full court press there as well, Hume City, and ended up getting the basket. Tomlinson comes out of the game. So does Kate Sturzaker for the Boomers. Beck Cole back in. Free throw was off by Samoa. Remember the Boomers. Vitale in the corner for a deep 2. Again, rims in and out. Wine did decent work to try and get the ball down. In the corner, lovely work there. Hayley Merrigan for another deep 2. And again, the Broncos wasting no time getting the ball through the full court press. Samoa again from outside. She's feeling it. Goodness me. Leilani Samoa at the moment. She is on fire. We talk about trying to nullify the big 3 of Bulleen at the moment. Leilani Samoa's got other ideas as Cole looks to drive. Brilliant work there by Spencer. Merrigan drives baseline. Stopped by Lord. Pass it right to her there. And again, Hindle with the ball now. Spencer inside to Wines, all alone. Brilliant eyes from Nikki Spencer here. A couple of assists early. Vitale, Merrigan, and Cole. Looks to drive on Lord. Puts up a shot, tough shot that one. Lovely work. 18-14, under a minute to play in this first quarter. Hindle with Vitale corralling her. Look to trap her. Lord picked up the pass anyway. Spencer playing high. Samoa in the corner. There'll be a foul there on number 7, Amanda Hobber for the Boomers. 4 fouls apiece in his first term as Ellen Wright and Sophie Burns come back into the game. Samoa and Wine will have a rest. Right from the inbound, back to Burns. Lord, up fake, looks for a mid-range shot off the back of the iron. Garrick nearly got stolen. But Cole picked up the pieces. Good deep by Hindle. Brilliant stuff by Tegan Hindle there. Active hands. Finds Burns again and she'll stop the ball. 25 seconds to go in this game. Lord from outside. Oh, very short there. And be a Boomers ball. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds to go in this first term. You'd think Bulleen would use their one shot here. Cole versus Burns up top. Brilliant screen by Garrick. Oh, unlucky there from Nikki Spencer. So Bet Cole will go to the line for 7 seconds to go in this first term. I'd be happy if you're Lee Butler with this first term, especially against the Boomers. They've really corralled defence at the moment. As Cole makes both those free throws.
Definitely very intimidating seeing that lineup and to come out with this energy. And it's been
What a move.
Sophie Burns makes a lap on the buzzer.
What a move from Sophie Burns to end the quarter. Beats the buzzer. And the lead is
She
full.
thinks there was some contact there.
Yeah, she's looking for the end one on that play, and maybe she had a point, but nonetheless, she puts it in 20-16 at the end of the first, and Broncos on the bench up and about. They're loving this first term.
As you said, you're very, very happy with that start. Coming up as a tough Bulleen team, it's been the effort off the bench. You know, CMO has come in, made some big shots, and they've really gone deep so far. And that's what's going to be important, that they don't rely on one or two players, that those players on the bench can come and provide a spark.
Absolutely. And as we see now with Leilani Simbal dropping 9 points in that first term alone. On the contrary, for the Boomers, Beck Cole with 8. So she's really leading that offense there. More so playing the point as well. And obviously, Luella Tomlinson, her blocking at the moment, she got 4 already in the first term. So her hands, her active hands, really, really destructive. If she's in the right position for the Boomers, that's something that they're really happy to have, obviously.
You can see when she came off the floor,
yeah,
that Hume City started taking more of the basket,
yeah,
because she got 4 blocks. The amount of shots that she's changed or she's deterred as well, that is tough. And as we said before, the outside shooting is going to be important when she's on the floor.
Absolutely.
And expect we'll probably see it come in for the start of the second quarter. We're going to see if Hume City keep attacking the basket.
Half a minute away from the second term. Bulleen obviously trying to play more so a full court press in this first quarter, and Hume City have been fairly good at getting out of it at times, and they've pushed the transition ball. They've got a couple of points out of it. Let's see if Bulleen change up their defense in this second term to complement their offensive style. They've got the players to do so, but obviously they're not short of talent here, so you'd like to think that they'd come out all guns blazing to try and really put an emphasis on this game.
Yeah, and you're expecting at some point that Beck Cole or KK, Luella Thompson, they're going to get hot and make a run, and the Broncos have to be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. They have missed a few shots, especially into the basket, so you expect those to fall, coming into the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Bulleen start with the ball in this second term. Hobber, Merrigan, out into the corner. Cole, Ogilvy's guarding her. Brilliant move inside again by Luella Tomlinson. Posted up wine and got around with a nice roll. Hindle resets the Burns at the top of the 3. Overby, good defense by Hobber again. Into right. Back to Hindle. Truck wide, gets single figures here. Wind, mid-range, high arc. It's off, but Overby got the rebound. No good again. And it'll be a 24-second violation, truck violation on the Broncos, so Bulleen get the ball back. Hobber versus Hindle at the top of the 3-point line here. Merrigan again. Brilliant steal there by Overby. Active hands. Runs the length of the floor. Stops and pops. Right into one. Another couple of points there for the Broncos. Lovely off-ball movement there from Haley Wine to get in the right position. Cole, another hand, mid-range two. Hits the front of the iron. Wind out to Hindle on the break. She swings it into Ellen Wright. Back to Hindle for three. It's off. Kept in here by Sophie Burns though, so brilliant work there to keep the ball and keep it alive. Overby for three, no good. And Gaze with the rebound here. Bulleen in transition, looking to push the ball. Merrigan outside, Hopper for three, no good again. And Burns with the rebound, another. They're just pushing the ball here, the Broncos looks to fake. Travel on Sophie Burns and doesn't really agree there, but obviously the ref had a good idea. Turnover still prevalent in this game for both teams. Cole in the corner. Good D there by Overby again. Gaze into Tomlinson. Puts it up. No good again. They'll keep it alive though. Hover back into Tomlinson. It's a foul. Points are good. The Strickler's going to come. Fouls on Haley Wine there. Just got played out of position there from Tomlinson. So one to come. Misses the free throw again, Tomlinson. Oh, but completely thrown away by the Broncos, and the Boomers will get it back straight away. One possession game, 2 points in it. Boomers leading this quarter. Tomlinson from the inbound, back to Cole. Inside, easy. Way too easy there. Beck Cole, brilliant work to drive. Tie ball game. Burns against Hobber. Overby, got the handoff. Right, playing high. Hindle for three. Off the backboard, no good. Offensive rebound from Sophie Burns again. Screening by Wines. Another three from Burns. Bank the three, it's good. Sophie Burns on the outside.
Bank open late Saturday night.
So the Boomers here need to respond. Tomlinson on Wines. Post again, foul. Tomlinson falls to the ground. Fouls on Tash Overby. So Tomlinson again goes to the line. Spencer Siamoa come back into the game for Wright and Hindle. Let's see if Leilani Siamoa can emulate her first quarter time.
See if she stayed hot or if she's cooled off on the bench.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
And that's something you expect that what they're going to continue to do is get the ball inside. They've got the height advantage and the strength there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and obviously Tomlinson's been dominating inside already. And she's been to the free throw line a number of times in this quarter and in the first quarter as well. Just needs to, I guess, consolidate these free throws because missed the end one just recently.
Great work there by the 16-2 girls on the floor.
Tomlinson makes the first. Yeah, it's always great to have the community behind you, helping around wherever they can. Tomlinson makes both. 1 point game here. Burns, double 10 in the corner, going to get out again. Brilliant work by the Broncos to get through. Siamoa, Burns, Overby. One playing high, lost possession, but Siamoa picked it up. Overby rolls over the screen for three, no good. Tomlinson again with the rebound, dominating the paint as she she does most of the time. Hobber, brilliant block there by Wines. drive by Amanda Harbour, but the long arms of Haley Wine denied her. Georgia Keegan comes to the game for the first time for Hume City. Overby has a rest. Immediately from the inbound, Beck Cole will go to the line. Sophie Burns on the end of that foul. So more free throws coming for the Boomers.
Simple but effective, that baseline.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is where they won this second quarter, is at the free throw line as well, where a lot of their points have come from there. Cole makes them both.
That takes it to 8 to 10 from the free throw line for the game, and again, it makes it hard to defend if they're going to punish you from the free throw line.
Exactly right.
You really have to pick your poison.
Games can be won and lost from there, so at the moment, they're looking good, looking very, very nice in the free throw line. Burns, Keegan now, Spencer, moving the ball on the top of the three-point line, Siamoa. Americans guarding Siamoa at the moment, 7 on the shot clock, winds inside, it's taken on 2. Got the shot up, but Tomlinson got a hand to it again. And off hands, Bulleen ball. So the Boomers really pick up the pace. In second term, lead by 1, 26-25. Merrigan inside, Hobber. Brilliant fade, it's a good shot. Nicely done by Amanda Hobber there.
Some more great off-ball movement, just creating easy opportunities for Bulleen.
Absolutely. Burns looks to roll. Pass to Spencer, she misses a layup. Gage with the rebound, and they're through again here, the Boomers. Plays it through to Cole. For 3, no good. Burns with the rebound, and here come the Broncos again in transition. One to the top of the 3. Back to Burns. Siamoa for 3. Back to the iron. Keegan gets the rebound though. Wants to put it up, blocked again by Llewellyn Tomlinson. It seems like it's going to be a common occurrence in the night time. We're going to hear this quite often.
Yeah, she's throwing a block party tonight, and everybody is invited.
Timeout on the floor. 5:19 to go in this second term. Boomers lead by 3, 28-25. Yeah, block party coming here through for the Boomers.
Just the 5 points for Hume City so far this quarter.
Yeah, they have been finding it difficult, especially in the transition where they've been getting those points as well. They've been, obviously with Tomlinson on the floor, they're finding it very hard to penetrate the key. But obviously their 3 ball isn't as effective at the moment either, so they're going to have to look to other options on the floor as well. They've been using the shot clock, you know, deep into their time as well. So yeah, they're looking for other options. They're just not getting the shots to land. On the contrary, free throw game for the Boomers working really, really well. 12 points to Cole. So she's doing really, really well there. 4 from 4 from the free throw line for her. Collinson with 9. Kate Gaze with 3. Still a close one. Anyone's game at the moment. So Hume City will get the ball on the baseline. Burns to inbound. Siamoa from the corner, off the front, rebounded by Nikki Spencer. Keegan. Burns looks for the roll. Good pass to Spencer, but she could have put it up and looked at the passer to Wines. Oh, out of court, Bulleen ball, and Hume weren't happy about it. Call has been reversed, and Hume City will get it. So on the baseline play here, Burns to inbound. Clock resets to 14 seconds. Keegan receives the ball from the inbound. Gets past Garrick again. Well, Tomlinson. It's always laughable at this stage, Tom, because she's getting everything at the moment.
Just dominate the paper.
How valuable.
Continue to go at it.
Yeah. How valuable to have somebody like that on your team. Burns.
They bring it to 6 blocks. Still without a personal foul, so it's been really clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Wine mid-range, no good. And it'll be off the back of Keegan. So, Bulleen ball, Vitali to inbound. Kate Gaze brings it up. Garrick. Tomlinson stays at the elbow. Vitali receives it on the other side of the wing. Tomlinson being fouled there by Wine again. And I believe Haley Wine has 3 fouls in the game. Yep, 3 fouls to Haley Wine. Then she's going to watch her hands, especially against Lola Tomlinson. She's been prone to reaching in over the back. Baseline ball for Bulleen. Inbound pass from Vitali to Kate Gaze. Another couple of points to the Boomers.
Another great inline play by Bulleen.
Absolutely. Oh, on the transition, Sophie Burns gets the 3-point play. Took it to the rack. Drove in, got the foul and the points, and that's great to respond. Burns, 1 extra from the charity stripe. She connects. Back to a 1-possession game. Gaze running the floor for the Boomers. Garrick. Not much enough at the moment. Hands it off to Vitali. Back to Gaze. 9 on the shot clock. Gaze looks to drive. And a foul again. So more fingers coming. Foul on Leilani Siamoa. More free throws coming for the Boomers.
Got to put Bulleen in the bonus.
Absolutely. 5 fouls to 1 as well in the quarter, so it's showing how the aggression from the Boomers and the Broncos is being used in different ways. As Kate knocks down her first. And the second as well. Jade Kirk gets her first minutes for Hume City as Sophie Burns comes out for a bit of a rest. We know how good Jade Kirk is, how aggressive she is. To see how she goes in this state champ lineup. She's very good in the juniors and in the youth league girls. Brilliant take to the rack. Again, Lavella Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Another block for Luella as she racks them up. She has the ball top of 3. Beck Cole receives the handoff. Mid-range is good. What a shot from Beck Cole. Margins out to 6 here. Nearly stolen again by Cole, but Samoa regains possession of the ball. Jay Kirk here. Again, looks to drive. Passes back to right. Nice bank there from Ellen Wright. Lovely stuff. Good ball movement. 4-point game. Again, Beck Cole being corralled by Ellen Wright here. Feeds it into Tomlinson. Another foul, and it'll be 2 for the bonus free throws. Foul on Georgia Keegan.
Bulleen taking full advantage of that, knowing that if they get the ball in the post,
Absolutely.
it's very likely going to end in free throws.
Yep.
And when they're shooting like they are, that's a great strategy.
Why not go for it? Well, we're seeing the full effect of Tomlinson on both ends of the floor at the moment. She's becoming a brilliant two-way player in this game. This is the first free throw, though.
So the 13th and 14th attempts for Bulleen coming up from the line. Just the 1 for Hume City so far.
This isn't both there. There's Tomlinson. Lord to bring it up. Swings to the corner. Keegren's in there. Reaches to the top of the 3. Kurt looks to attack and drive. Kicks it back out to Keegren. Lord now drives inside of Vitali. Brilliant move. Couldn't get the ball to roll. And here come Bulleen in transition. Beck Cole again to bring it up. Inside to Tomlinson. What does she do here? Spin move on right. Missed it. And tapped out of court by Georgia Keegren. Sturzaker had a hand set as well, but it came off the back. 4:10 on the shot clock here for the Boomers. Cole for 3. It's good. Bet Cole lining it up as well. That's 17 points for the first half.
First shot from outside, it always makes you nervous once she gets that going.
She's very, very dangerous.
Capable really off a few in a row.
Absolutely. CMO up. Foul on Kate Sturzak there. So the lead's going to 7 points here for the Boomers. They've really put the pressure on the Broncos. Kirk. Keegan looked for the 3, faked it, looked for the mid-range instead. Off the backboard. Tomlinson with the rebound. Cole again. Cole doesn't use the Tomlinson screen. Bulleen hands there by Allen Wright. Goes into Tomlinson anyway. Looks to post up Keegan. Misses it again, but taps it back in. Luella Tomlinson with the putback there. Nothing much you can do about that. Kirk, transition. Brings it back out to Keegan. Fakes a 3. Looks for the mid-range. Off the back of the iron. Good rebound there by Siamoa. Looked to be fouled, but wasn't called. Jump ball. And the Broncos will keep possession. Sky Johnson comes into the game as well as Kate Gaze. Bet Cole comes out. We've got a timeout on the floor. So the Boomers lead 39-30 in this second term. 1:44 to go. Todd, how would you go about defending someone like Luella Tomlinson inside, especially with the lineup with these Broncos as they are?
Definitely the height disadvantage. It makes it very difficult, and the temptation is to send the double team. But when you've got the shooters that Bulleen have, they are going to punish you with. If you send that double team and leave someone open, it may very well likely end up in 3 rather than 2. So
Yeah.
it is tough, but they need to find a way to do something about it because Luella Tomlinson has been dominant this quarter. Getting to the hoop at will.
Yeah, she's been really, really forceful inside as well. She's really contracting and just getting fouls all over the place. You know, over the back fouls, hands fouls. It's really, really hard. We've got someone that tall to try and defend them. And you know, Haley Wan, Ellen Wright have done as much as they can at the moment. You know, but Tomlinson, you know, never lose when they go to the defender line quite often if she keeps getting this sort of defense played on her. So you've got to kind of change it up. Play aggressive, sure, but you've got to have a bit of separation between the aggression and the fouls that come with it. So
Important last couple of minutes here for both teams. If Bulleen can extend this lead, they go into halftime with a huge amount of confidence. But if Hume City can drag it back to 5 or 6 points, a bit of momentum, it really helps them. So interesting to see out of this time out which team.
Vitali with a brilliant rip, and it's fouls on the other end. More free throws coming for the Boomers. Kate Gaze goes to the line. So the margins at double figures for the first time in the game. Connects on both. 41-30 in favour of Bulleen. Burns back on the floor here. Italian.
And Cole out of the game. So there's an opportunity for the Broncos to try and get a couple of late baskets here.
They do have to be clean though on these offensive possessions because that one there could have been an easy drive. That's a Bulleen ball here though after a jump. Just over a minute to play in this first quarter. Burns guarding Gaze. Couldn't stop her there, Gaze. Straight to the ring. Oh, smoked the layup. Could have had extra couple there. On transition, Tuaf. Siamoa. Couldn't get hands to the ball. Will be Hume City's ball on the baseline. 18 on the shot clock here. Lord, cut base, cut to the basket. Brilliant move there. Found herself opening the key, and that's what they've got to look for, Todd, is that inside key with that Tomlinson and Collins side. They made the most of it there. Under a minute to play. Good move by Vitali. Good pass. Garrick corralled. Charlotte Lord. Brilliant rip. Caught in the corner of the court. But they bring it to the top. Burns again. Guarded by Sturzaker. Sends it to Lord. Bring it to drive again. Charlotte Lord. Foul. 2 coming. So Annie Rose Garrick picks up the foul there. This is the first. Connect on the second. And a timeout for Bulleen here. 8-point lead. Interesting to note that both Llewellyn Tomlinson and Beck Cole combined for 28 points. Cole was 17, Tomlinson with 11. 7 blocks for Llewellyn Tomlinson as well. 3 from 6 also from the free throw line. 50% shooting for Llewellyn Tomlinson. For the Broncos on the other side, leading scorers here. Leilani Samoa still with 9, followed by Sophie Burns with 8. Hayley Wind with 6 points. A fairly even spread for the Broncos. Still needs some more offensive movement, especially with Tomlinson on the floor. So 26 seconds to go in this half. Vitali and the Boomers bring the ball down. 2-second differential between the shot and game clock here. Merrigan back to Vitali. Sturzaker. Screen there by Garrick. Was good, but it wasn't used. And out of court. And Bulleen will get it now. Still 2-second differential. Sturzaker. Garrick. Off the hands of Ellen White. Bulleen again. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 9 to go in the quarter. Vitali with his possession. Winds. Stole the ball. Burns. Lord. Before the buzzer. It's good. And that will end the first half. Brilliant end, just like the first quarter.
Broncos making a habit of those buzzer-beating layups.
So the Boomers lead by 6, 41 to 35 at halftime.
It is quickly as our Broncos 16-2 girls take the court for the halftime break. We've got Jake Mutton, Championship men's player, joining us. Jake, thanks for taking a couple of minutes before your pre-game to come and speak to us.
Absolutely happy to be here.
It is quick. It's been an interesting last 3-4 weeks for you. Finally been giving the go-ahead to come back to Melbourne from Chicago, getting a flight proving quite difficult, and then Wednesday before your first game. How was the whole experience of getting from Chicago to Sydney and then to Melbourne?
Man, it's been a process, that's for sure. So I mean, Todd here communicated with me the whole time. You know, we had about 4 to 5 flights that were canceled / moved. With COVID testing in the States, you know, you don't get your results back within the 2 to 3 timetable that you need to get on that flight, to getting here after 35 hours of flying and then in quarantine. But it was really good. Coach Matt hooked me up with a blanket in my hotel room. I had family in Sydney that brought me dumbbells, so I had that stuff to keep me busy. So it's been a process, but super happy to be here.
And hopefully worth it. So your first game back with the Broncos, obviously missed last week, still being quarantined, but it's been 18 months since you played with the Broncos, starting here 2019, obviously having last season off, but it hasn't been 18 months since you've been playing. You've spent some time in Hungary over the off-season. Tell us a little bit about that, and I believe you took home a couple of awards.
Yeah, absolutely. So after I left Brody last time, I went to a town right outside of Budapest. I played in their league there. I ended up winning MVP of that league. You know, we had a tough year as a team, but, you know, we started off rough and then started winning some games at the end. And unfortunately, COVID hit right before we were about to go into playoffs and stuff like that, you know, play-out games, and came back out here and went back home after 10 days, which was brutal because I was hoping to get back on the court at Brody, and then, you know, was there for the summer and then went back to Hungary, and now back here after all that go-around. So I was there for about 4 months, and then went home for a couple, and, you know, now I'm here. But it was a great experience for me over there. It's a different type of game. It's very physical. So I'm excited to, you know, bring what I learned out there back to the court here and play with some of my new teammates here at Hume.
Yeah, and speaking of the new team, like, a few changes since last time. Obviously, not having imports this year for the Broncos men's team, and obviously, and also a pretty unfortunate injury last week to captain Sean Preniger. So quick shout to Shawnee, who's probably had a very difficult week, but the heart and soul of this team. So good to see. Not sure whether they're going to see him tonight on the bench if he's making it down.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be an emotional first home game.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of our team, man. He's our captain, best shooter in the league, hands down, specialist. So it was tough to see him go down, but, you know, if I know Shawnee, he's going to be here supporting us every night, you know, just like we're reaching out to him. It's very unfortunate, but, you know, he's one of the best teammates you can come by. So couldn't happen to a worse person, but excited, you know, to move forward, and I know he's going to be behind us.
Yeah. And I think looking at the team this year, obviously some personnel changes. What do you think is going to be the game plan or the approach that Matt's going to look to take with you guys? Obviously, a couple of years ago it was very much about running the floor, getting up and down, you know, high scoring, high energy kind of offense. Is that what we're expecting to see tonight?
Yeah, so I've only been here for one practice, obviously just getting here Wednesday, but it seems like most things are the same. We're going to be that high-tempo team, getting up and down the floor, scoring, you know, and just locking people up. That's going to be our main goal this year, I think, is locking people up on defense and running the floor as much as we can. Getting Big Pete, you know, down the middle of the floor, throwing him down for us, and, you know, just playing through everyone and playing as a team, I think, is going to be the best way, you know, without imports and stuff like that. But I think it's also a great opportunity for all the guys to step up and show what they got.
Yeah, and a tough loss last week against a strong Casey side, one that we expect that we're going to see deep into finals. You know, what are some, obviously adding yourself is going to be a bit of a change. What are some of the adjustments that you got to watch that game from your hotel last week?
Yeah.
You know, what are some adjustments, improvements that we need to see out of Hume City tonight if they're going to get the W?
Yeah, I think we got a great game plan going into tonight, and, you know, that's our main focus. You know, when we see Casey down the road, we'll take care of that next time. You know, I watched that whole game, and the guys played phenomenal. We just fell short on the last shot, and I think at times we were undersized against a huge Casey team. So one thing I think I can bring to the table is just rebounding, getting in there, you know, trying to move people out of the way. And next time, I think we'll get them.
Yeah, and as I said, not yourself, but also Liam Peely to come back into the side. So two big bodies. It's really going to help Pete out because last week it was him and we had a lot of stretch twos, stretch threes in there. So that's going to be important. And Casey took full advantage of that.
Yeah.
They worked hard inside. They rebounded well. They got to the hoop. So that's something that.
Having Liam's going to be huge. That's a big fella. You know, get down there, rebound, move some bodies as well. So we could have really used him last week. So
all right, I'll let you get back to your pre-game now. We've got a half left in the women's game before the men tip off against Blackburn at 8 o'clock. So thanks for joining us and good luck for your first game tonight.
Absolutely, thanks. All right.
Just joined the team this week, straight out of quarantine, trying to stay in shape, stay active in his hotel room. I think they've actually an exercise bike and some barbells in there, but he's been here since Wednesday night in the gym trying to get shots up, and interesting to see how he comes out and starts tonight. But a huge addition. Obviously, he was a really strong player for the team in 2019, providing some outside shooting and interior toughness. So adding him to Pete Pondak, who was massive last week, I think had 36 points for the Broncos. Will be interesting to see. But we're now heading back the second half, not too far away, and both teams leaving it quite late to come out and warm up.
Yeah, I know. I was just mentioning, they've come after the 2-minute mark, so a lot must have been spoken about in the change rooms. Going back on to Jake Martin, he's been a fan favourite here for quite some time now as well. It was obviously very, very much loved in that grand final series, in the final series of 2019. And obviously hearing Lance say midweek about the association here and Foster and his love for the area and the place, it's really encouraging to hear from somebody of his, I guess, stature around the Big V scene.
Definitely. Jake's a highly sought after player. There's no doubt that he can play at a higher level, and lots of clubs would love to have him. So it's great to hear that he wants to be here and he wants to be a part of the club. And it's a great thing for the Broncos and for Matt that they've built that relationship. But as you said, a huge fan favourite. Walks in the stadium, gets mobbed every single time, and hopefully he can turn it on for the crowd tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Half a minute away from this third term here in the state championship between Hume City and Bulleen. Starting back on the floor for the Boomers, Luella Tomlinson, Beck Cole, Hayley Merrigan, Kate Gaze, and Amanda Hobber.
And some big but manageable minutes so far for the big three in Bulleen. They have still managed to get some rest into them. Hopefully they can push to the second half and fatigue not kick in for them as well. So they've done a really good job of platooning those three, having one or two on the floor at all times.
Absolutely,
yeah. Some much needed rest.
Their court management have been really, really good. Brookings has done a really good job of really, I guess, making sure that's been happening on the floor.
Looks like a slightly different starting five for the second half.
Yeah. Hume City start with the ball. Burns running the point. CMO on the floor. Brilliant fake. Wind. Mid-range. Hits the side of the backboard. American with a rebound. Gaze. Hobber. Drives in on Burns. Out to the corner. American again. Left hand mid-range is no good. Right with the rebound. Burns brings it up. Combining now with Charlotte Ward. They've gone to that handoff. Foul on Kate Gaze. to wind, and Bulleen again with another offensive possession here. Cole missed the mid-range jumper. American couldn't control the ball. Hume City bring it up again through Sophie Burns. Nice little crossover. Fakes the mid-range. CMO from 3. It's good. She connects again. And Hume City. Hume City would need more of that. Cole. Tomlinson. Gaze cuts baseline. She'll receive it on the other side. Pulled up for 3. Just short. CMO with the rebound. Still being double teams.
The way she's shooting might have had a look at the basket from there.
Absolutely, yeah. Burns, Ward, CMO. Looking to move the ball. Wind. Lost possession of the ball. Tomlinson down the floor. Gaze. Pulls it out wide to Cole. The 3. No good. She fell to the floor. Showing a foul there as well. Didn't get it. So that's a 4 and 5 on the way back now. Can Hume City take advantage of this? Burns, mid-range. It's off the front of the iron. And here come Bulleen. Still a 3-point game here. They brought it back a little bit. Cole looks for attack lines. She makes it. Brilliant shot there by back Cole. The Broncos looking to avoid an 0-2 start here in the Big V State Champ season. On the contrary, Bulleen looking to go 2-0. Samoa attacks Merrigan and makes the basket on the left hand. Brilliant stuff by Leilani Samoa. Hobber now for the Boomers. Cole. Nicely guarded by Samoa. Tomlinson goes for the screen. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Merrigan attacks right. Fades away. Shot wasn't good. Brilliant stuff by Ellen Wright. Great physicality to fight for that rebound. They're going with the same player most times here, the Broncos. That handoff initially to Charlotte Lord for Burns. Brilliant move there from Samoa. One misses everything. Cole with the rebound. She's been busy on both ends of the floor. Bet Cole. Tomlinson, deep 2. That's off. Uncontested rebound for Ellen Wright. Burns to Samoa. Looks to drive. Kicks it out to Wine. She drives to Merrigan. Out to Burns to 3. It's good. Sophie Burns gets them. The scoreboard from outside. In transition though, Bet Cole wasted no time. What a pass from Kate Gase. That's a way to silence the crowd.
Broncos managed to tie the game. It lasted all of 3 seconds. We'll go the other way and get 2 points.
Burn to the mid-range floater, no good. Gets it back into line though. Blocked again by Tomlinson.
Stop me from this before.
They see it very, very often at the moment.
It might be block number 8.
Gee whiz.
Just very quietly working on a triple-double with 11, 8, and 8 blocks.
It's an absolute menace inside. I can only imagine what Wind and Ellen Wright, Nikki Spencer are thinking going up against someone like her at this stage in the game. She's getting her hands in nearly everything.
As we've said, no fouls, and they've all been clean.
Absolutely.
A great job of using her hands to get in position.
Impeccable timing on those hands. Here she is, uncontested and 1. Balance Samoa. So she goes up to 13 now in the game. Lola Tomlinson. Samoa now with her second foul, I believe. She's got 14 points in the game. Leads the Broncos. 1 to come here for Tomlinson. And it's good. Got a lucky bounce. Back out to 5 points. Still a close one here at the corral. Burns, lovely little crossover. Looks to drive, kicks it out. Samoa, deep 2. Short. And both Spencer and Lord went for the same ball off hands, and it's Bulleen who ends up with it. Merrigan, up to 3. They're playing deep here. Cole comes out to help. Gaze outside 3 is good. Kate Gaze starting to catch fire as well. She extends the lead to 8, 51-43 in favour of Bulleen.
Just the second three-pointer made for Bulleen so far, which
Just shows how
both a good and a worrying sign at the same time. Eventually it's going to start to go down.
Overby banks a 3. Great response by Tash Overby there.
Great use of the glass there.
Thomason, Hobber. Oh, Thomason just snatched the ball away from Spence over her head and gets an easy basket. This is where she's so good. Burns, Lord, back to Burns. Not much movement off the ball here from Hume City. Samoa comes out to the top of the 3. 7 on the shot clock. Spencer at the still attacks Tomlinson. That's block number 9. Block number 9 for Luella Tomlinson. Gaze brings the ball down. Looks to attack Burns. Back into Tomlinson. Misses the initial attempt and makes the putback. And we got a timeout to Hume City, and I think rightfully so, they need one. Leads out to 9. Luella Tomlinson really taking control inside. What do you think D. Butler's saying here, Todd, at this timeout?
There's a lot of things to worry about. It's not just been Tomlinson, but KK is starting to make shots and they're all getting the basket. They, as we said before, Bulleen moved the ball so well. Even when it goes inside, we saw Tomlinson find a shooter in the corner, and that makes it hard to guard. You know, if you've got players taking turns going on isolation, it can be a bit easier, but they move so well off the ball and pass so well that they've got a counter for everything. So it'll be interesting to see what their approach is now to stopping the ball going inside. I think that's the key. If they can get it out of Wells Thompson's hands,
We talk about the big 3 for Bulleen, Beck, Cole, Kate Gaze, Tomlinson. They're all in double figures at the moment. Really taking a commanding stance in this game. Cole with 19, Tomlinson with 16, Gaze with 12 after that 3-point make.
Yeah, so it gives them 49 of their 55 so far coming from those 3 players.
It's very, very hard to defend each and every one of them, but when they're all thriving on the floor and they're playing some good basketball, it's almost impossible to defend that. Hume City, though, have done okay to stay within 10 points so far.
Yeah, as we've seen, got it back to 43 apiece before, and then Bulleen just switched on for a couple of minutes, made a strong run and quickly took care of that.
Burns in the corner. Not much on offer at the moment. Out to Overby. Shot clock down to 6. Overby looks to drive. Mid-range floater. Off Overby. Off of that shot. Tomlinson with the rebound. Cole pulls up and knocks it down. That Cole now starting to feel it. It's starting to get dangerous now for Hume City. Burns looks to drive. 3-on-1 inside. So Spencer with the ball on the top of the 3. Samoa takes it in. Rolls off the top of the ring. But Cole on the rebound. Good screen from Tomlinson. Cole again. Took for a 3 there again. But stopped. Merrigan. Gaze. Mid-range 2. Oh, goodness me. Okay, Gaze is now finding some form. It's out to 14 points. 60 to 46.
We know this run's going to come, and it'll be interesting to see if Hume City can try and
Overby.
slow this down a little bit as we head to the end of the third quarter.
Overby overcompensated on that 3-point shot. Missed everything. Gaze brings the ball down. Merrigan guarded by Samoa. Back Cole again. Shuffled down to 8. Inside, Tomlinson fell on the floor. That'll be on Nikki Spencer. So baseline here for Bulleen. Subs for both teams coming on now. Jade Kirk, Georgia Kiergan, Ellen Wright for Hume. Annie Rose Garrick for Bulleen coming on for Hayley Merrigan. There was a momentary lapse there, but play was halted.
Lucky break there for Hume City.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bulleen will take a timeout here. 2:22 to go in this third term. The commanding lead now. 22 for Beck Cole, 18 for Tomlinson, 14 for Kate Gaze. Really commanding this Boomers team. For the Broncos, 14 for Siamoa, 11 for Sophie Burns, 7 for Charlotte Lord, 6 for Hayley Wind. 12 rebounds for Tomlinson already. Got a double-double in that regard, and it's 2 blocks of a triple-double. And that's that line, Todd. That's dangerous for the Broncos.
Yeah, and at this point, those last 2 blocks seem inevitable. I'm sure we're going to see a triple-double out of Llewellyn tonight. Definitely on track for that. So all 11 players deployed for Hume City so far. I think in the first half, all got into the game.
Yep.
And 10 as well for Bulleen. So both coaches going deep into their bench.
Yeah, they're willing to utilise their benches, actually, yeah. So, Bulleen with the ball on the baseline here. 14 in the shot
drawn
clock.
up after
Double screens here. They reset the ball to the top. Beck Cole will bring it out. 9 on the shot clock. Beck Cole, there's a bit of hands off the ball, but Gaze again knocks down the 3. Kate Gaze now from outside. Starting to feel it. Lord inside to right. Defended by Tomlinson. Simoa, Jay Kirk. Down the shot clock. Lord, post up, misses it. Beck Cole, nearly dispossessed here. Should keep it in. Gaze, another 3 coming, is it? Yes, it is. Kate Gaze, goodness gracious. She's found another level in this game so far, Kate Gaze. That's out to 20, 66-46 in favour of Bulleen. Right, stopped again by Tomlinson, but she gets the ball back here. Kirk at the top. Looks for a backdoor pass, but Gaze stopped the ball. Cole, easy fast break again. 24 for Beck Cole.
just like that, it's down to 22 points. It wasn't that long ago we were talking about a tight game.
Absolutely.
And Bulleen
Start of this.
have come out in the third quarter, absolutely on fire.
Nice response by Alana Simon, but they're going to need a bit more than just a 3 ball. Consistency is the key. Last minute of this third term. Garrick, guarded by Lord. Swings it to Gaze again. Takes a step inside the 3. Missed the mid-range jumper. Found the rebound. And that will be on Charlotte Lord. Kayla Vitale comes to the game. As does Sky Johnston. So Tomlinson and Cole come out. Vitale, Garrick got a hand to it, but couldn't maintain possession. Missed there by Calvisi, who gets her first minutes of the game. Vitale, good stop at mid-court. Gaze against possession and just settles the ball. Kirk's guarding her here now. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Good hands there by Kirk. They'll pick it up though again. Vitale looks to drive on the left hand. Just came out and a foul here on Sky Johnston. Nice body work there by Ellen Wright. Both teams bringing in subs here again. Sophie Burns comes back in for Hume City. Amanda Hobber for the Boomers. Kate Gaze comes out. She had a monster quarter. She had 20 points as well in this game. Burns finds Keegan right in front of the score bench. Lord pulls up for 3. No good. Keegan came crashing in for a rebound, but Vitale got the ball instead. And that will end the third quarter. 19-point game. Bulleen just blowing it out. 27 points in that quarter. They lead 68-49. A masterclass by Beck Cole, and Kate Gaze really blew it out. And Hume City really had no answer for it at all. Simo leading, scoring for Hume City 17 points. Burns still on 11. They're going to need more from their bench players though as well. Hume City if they want any chance of coming back into this game.
And Cole with a very impressive plus minus of 29 while she's on the floor. Obviously a huge difference made for Bulleen, but you know, when she's out there, she's making things happen for.
She's getting the right looks though as well, Beck Cole, and even KK is now just looking for the open three. They're getting a lot of open looks, and it's very hard to defend those shots, especially when they're open. They train, they practice those, and they're very, very good. You got to close those out. Coming up after the state champ women, with the state champ men as Hume City take on Blackburn at 8 PM. Stick around for that coverage as well. Always big on the Hume City calendar are the state champ double headers. It's good to see both teams back in action.
Yeah, but as I said, long time coming. People have been very patiently waiting for this. So starting to fill up, expecting to see a few more people come through as head towards the tip off the bench camp as well.
So Vitali again bring up for the Boomers. Hobber. Brilliant hands there by Wright. Garrick will pick up the loose ball though. Defended by Lord. Good defense, but an even better shot there by Annie Rose Garrick. Tough finish. It's at the 21. 70 to 49 here. Keegan right at the top of the three. Foul off the ball. Offensive foul. And that will be, I believe, on Sophie Byrne and Dee Butler. No, it's on Charlotte Lord, and Dee Butler not happy with that at all. That call. So Garrick, brilliant. Cut there by Vitali. Good defense by Simoa. And Vitali gets a lucky bounce. Puts in an extra couple. 23-point lead here. Lord went to the floor. No foul call there. Keegan picks it up. Right mid-range. Way off. Garrick again. Hobber now down the floor. Looking to transition. Vitali outside for three. Missed everything. And it'll be Broncos ball. As I said, obviously Todd, in the last couple of quarters, when Tomlinson and Cole and Kays are off the floor, this is the time to really kind of make a mark and put an emphasis on getting inside. But even now, they're finding it very, very hard for Hume City to do anything.
Yep, all the ball and players do a really good job of stopping penetration, getting across and helping, and really clogging the middle of the floor.
Foul on Sky Johnston there for Bulleen. So Hume City will get the ball on the baseline.
Haley Wine back in after a long
She's been
rest out with foul trouble.
She's been off for quite a while, Haley White. Good to see her back on the floor. Gets the ball. Brilliant rip there by Danielle Calvisi. Jump ball back to Hume City. Page to off also comes back into the game. So Burns, backhand off to off for three, off again, no good. And Johnston brings up the ball for Bulleen after the rebound. Out to Calvisi, looks to attack. Good D by Tawaf, rolls off the ring. It'll be a Hume City ball again. Lead is still 23 for Bulleen. 72-49. Simoa, fake it three, looks for a mid-range jumper, off. Good rebound by Wine, looks to post up again. Missed that, out of court, Bulleen ball. with possession. Crosses over, looks to drive on Burns. There's a tough ask there for Hopper to take that on. Burns played good defense and transition brings it up. Samoa and one brilliant take there from Leilani Samoa. A lovely little look there from Sophie Burns as well. Great dish. Need a bit more of that, don't they, Hume City? A bit more movement. Especially while the big three are off the floor.
Yeah, but CMO has been fantastic tonight.
Both
playing-
inside and out as well.
Yeah, playing limited minutes last week. Interestingly, he has not been training with the team. He's been up in Wangrad on placement, so he's been coming back just for games. That's probably been tough to acclimatise in the squad, but yeah, playing without being able to train with the group last couple of weeks has been tough, but doesn't make it look like it is. Comes straight in and made a huge difference for them tonight.
Still take with the ball now. Been taking a violation. So Hume City will get the ball. Tegan Hindle comes into the game for Hume City as well. Burns versus Tazega here. In front of us is the commentary table. Ellen Wright back to Burns. 3, just short. Rebounded by Vitali. Looks to attack right. Tries a spin move. Good corralling by Ellen Wright. Looks to switch now. Hindle playing on Hobber. Line. Moves out. Garrick. Lovely mid-range. 72-54 is the lead. 22. Wine now. Back to Burns. Gives them off ball screens here from Hume City. 2 off. Outside 3. She's going to put up the shot and she connects from 3. Brilliant look there. Wide open. A great off-ball screen to get open. Vitali again. Garrick. Sturzaker. In the corner. Good pass in to Garrick. Brilliant stop there by the Broncos. Hindle will bring it up to Burns as well. Swings it to the other side of the floor to Buff. Can she make it 2 from 2 on that side? No, she can't. She'll keep it in though. Gets the rebound. Oh, brilliant stuff there by Sturzaker. But she won't be able to get the ball back to Hume City from their own end line.
Tomlinson back in.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back on the floor? Luella Tomlinson, Kay Gase, Hayley Merrigan. All come in.
We're on block watch for the final 6 minutes.
Taking Hindle, breaks the buzzer. Beat the shot clock. Brilliant shooting on the outside now. Got a couple to go, Hume City. 17-point lead for Bulleen. Cole now comes in, posting up right, looks to turn and shoot. Great defense by Ellen Wright. And don't the Hume City bench like that. No hand on the ball. So Hume City will get possession again. Just over 5.5 minutes to go in this last term. Burns, lovely move. Spencer mid-range, no good. And Hobber with a rebound, and she's fouled by Ellen Wright. Leilani Simone, 19 points to Hume City. Sophie Burns still with 11. But their bench now for the Broncos starting to work a little bit. Cole back in as well now. So the big three, Tomlinson, Cole, Gaze, all three are in here. Cole will get it. Brilliant stop by Spencer though. And Burns. Caitlin picked the pocket, but Hindle will bring the ball up. Nice spin move, kicks it out. Burns for 3. Bit too heavy on the shot. Tomlinson with the rebound. Hume City wanted an offensive foul down Tomlinson, but I didn't really see much in it. So Gaze into Tomlinson. Brilliant pick and roll. Misses the easy one there. And it'll be another Hume City ball. They're loving it again on the bench, Hume City. Getting up and about. They need a bit of that energy, don't they?
Great great to see the energy off the bench, even as we head towards the end of the game and quite a large margin. To see the bench up and about and players on court continuing to play hard right to the end is fantastic to see, because that'll be important next week. That the way they finish this game is the way they're going to start the next one. So.
Two offs, 3 ball, rimmed in and out. So Merrigan brings the ball down. Sturzaker faked the 3, kicks it out. Here's Betcol again from outside. Yes, sir.
Cannot leave her that wide open.
27 points, Betcol. You cannot leave her open. 20-point lead again. Burns looks to drive, dishes in. Oh, Merrigan, brilliant take there. Clean block on Nikki Spencer. Cole again. Gaze pulls up a 3. Goodness gracious me. It's a field day. They're having a 3-point party and a block party in one at the moment. 23-point lead. 80 plays 57 in favour of the Boomers. Burns being guarded by Gaze. Foul on Kate Gaze. Alan Wright, Burns come out of the game. Charlotte Lord comes back in. Hindle, guided by Betcol here. Looks to drive baseline, kicks it out to off. Mid-range 2, again rims in and out. Just rolled on the top of the ring here. Cole in transition. She had Sturzaker inside. Left to hold it. Foul on Charlotte Lord. Charlotte Lord here with 3 fouls. Three team fouls each in the quarter as well. Cole, screened by Merrigan. Gets over Spencer, mid-range 2. Is off, but it's going to be a foul. And I believe this may be going on the Wild Tomlinson. It is. For head contact, so Hume City get the ball back again. And every time Tomlinson's committing a foul or a miss, they're really getting up and about.
They have really defended well in the second half, and credit to D. Butler and the coaching staff for finding a way to nullify Tomlinson inside.
And they foul there on Kate Gaze. And I think they've made more of an emphasis on guarding the inside as well. Obviously, we're seeing Bulleen go to the 3 ball quite often now, and they're connecting quite a bit. But the inside play, they're really making emphasis on being aggressive inside as well, which has been good to see. Good to see. So,
as we've said, obviously a size difference, but they made up for that with using their body and being aggressive. Really trying to push Tomlinson out of where she wants to get to.
Absolutely. So Hume City in the bonus yet. Tegan Hindle will take the free throws. Paige Tuff comes out of the game and Georgia Keegan comes in for it. So Hindle misses a second. 22-point game, 80 to 58. Kate Gaze with the ball. Beck Cole. Samoa guarding her. The big 3 combined. Backdoor cut was there. Beck Cole ended up picking up the ball. Pulls up for another 3. Goodness gracious, Beck Cole.
She's holstered it.
She just holstered in front of us as well. And a technical foul here being called on Kate Gaze, I believe. Technical foul. So Hume City will get 2 in possession here. Yeah, interesting there. Kate Gaze comes out of the game. Must have been a bit of chat after the 3 ball maybe, but don't know why there's a T. Hindu will take the free throws here for Hume City again.
About the only way Neil's been able to stop her so far tonight.
It seems that way now, especially. She's going back to the bench. So Hindu misses both in the charity stripe, but they'll get possession back. A timeout called on the floor. So 25 is the lead, 83 to 58. Bulleen commanding. Beck Cole up to 30 points now. Kate Gaze 23. Tomlinson being quiet in the second half, but she's on a healthy 18. Hume City still 19 for CMO and 11 for Burns, 7 for Lord, 6 for Wind, and 6 for Page to off. Four fouls on Kate Gage as well. That's maybe the reason why she came out of the game too. Foul trouble for Hume City. 3 fouls on Hayley Wind, 3 fouls on Charlotte Lord, 3 fouls on Leilani Samoa, as well as Nikki Spencer. So a few girls there for Hume City. I wouldn't say foul trouble, but they're getting close to it.
Seeing Bulleen there with 8 3-pointers made, I believe all in the second half as well. It's after not shooting it well to begin with.
Well, it's 8 3-pointers, 4 from Cole, 4 from Gage. So you can see where their 3 balls are coming from, but it's almost unguardable at this point.
And a 52 to 42 rebound advantage for Bulleen as well.
Keegan to Spencer. Hindle, top of the 3. Into the corner to CMO, looks to attack. Nice take there from Alani CMO out to 21. Good stop by Spencer, but it comes back to Beck Cole into Tomlinson. Keegan guarding there. Good pressure there from Charlotte Lord inside with Keegan. 3 on the shot clock here for Tomlinson. Puts it up, misses it. Out of court, and it'll be shot clock violation. So Hume City get another turnover. Under 2 minutes to go in this game. Schindel being guarded by Holler. Swings out to Samoa. Lord outside. Cover the 3. Back of the iron. Rebound by Merrigan. We have a jump ball there. Brilliant aggression from Tegan Hindle. Boomers ball. Michael Brookins will be pretty pleased with this performance today from the Boomers. They only considered 60 so far as well. Picked up 83.
It took a little while to get going, but definitely second half. It showed why they are arguably the team to beat in championship women this year.
Another foul on Charlotte Lord, I believe. That's her 4th. Subs come in. Hayley Wine, Page to off. Lord and Hindle come out of the game for Boomers. Annie Rose Garrett coming to the game. Kayla Vitale coming to the game. Beck Cole, Tomlinson come out. So Kate Sterzak at the line, makes her first. Rebound by American. Great read on the rebound. Vitale, the top. Mid-range jumper. Just off. Good rebound there by Page off again for Hume City. Another foul for the Boomers. Into the bonus, 2 shots. Obviously, Todd, there's not really many teams like Bulleen with the talent that they have, across the board. But going forward for Hume City, they've been beaten convincingly last by the Cavs. Today as well, looks to be over 21 points. If indeed, Butler, what do you have to do with this team to get them going, get them competitive with 4 quarters?
Yeah, it's good to see, Bulleen definitely top side, and Casey arguably going to be up there as well. So a little perspective that although a couple of heavy losses, they are 2 of the better teams in the competition. They can take a little bit of confidence out of that. And look, the whole first half, they were with Bulleen until the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
So, the improvement from round 1 to round 2, I think we take a lot of confidence out of that. And as we said, seeing Samoa, Sophie Burns, some of those girls step up into those roles that they're not used to playing in previous seasons is really important. So So I think there's going to be a very steep improvement curve for this group the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. And interested to see as they go along how they measure up against some of the other sides as well, because they could be arguably 2 of the strongest teams they face in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a tough start fixture-wise for Hume City. The only way is up from here, though, as we go to the line again. Case Ozaka for more free throws in the bonus. Misses the second. Wind. Handling the ball. Samoa. 3-second differential between showing game clock here. Spencer takes it inside. Euro step. Just off and have a jump ball here. And Hume City will take it. On the shot clock. So the Boomers have got 2-0. A very healthy start to the season. They'll be pleased with this. Brookins will be pleased. Brilliant block there by Merrigan. Samoa charge driving. Merrigan said no way. Final 10 seconds of this game. Vitality to hold the ball and bring it out more than likely. Garrick to drive the last shot of the game. No good. But the Bulleen Boomers, convincing winners here at the Corral. They take it out 85-62. Beck Cole, 30 points. Kate Gaze, 23 points. Rob Tomlinson, quiet second half, but at 18 points. 14 rebounds and 8 blocks. For Hume City, 21 points. Leilani Samoa, 11 points. Sophie Burns. 7 to Charlotte Lord, 6 points, Hayley Wine, and 6 points to Paige Tuaf as well. Back to the drawing board for Hume City, and as we said, arguably the 2 toughest teams in the competition.
Definitely, and look, made it look easy in the end at 23-point victory, but did it tough in the first half, and it took to the third quarter where they really turned on the shooting, and within the space of 3 or 4 minutes, it became insurmountable. So that's what we set this up, they're capable of doing, just switching on and really blowing over a game in a couple of minutes, and that's what they did. So, yeah, a lot of things to be positive about for Hume City as they move forward. As we said, a young group and up against some tough teams early, but I'm sure they'll be happy with parts of their game as they look towards their fixture next week.
I think another thing to always be proud of is the fact that they grew up in the first quarter. They led the first quarter. And, you know, obviously Bulleen did take a while to get going, but essentially to be in front against a team like this was very, very admirable. You know, they really did fight for that first half. But once Cole, Gaze and Thompson got going, especially Gaze and Cole, from outside, it was very, very difficult to guard that. As I said before, you know, I think they had, you know, the key had that down pat. Did a good job against Tomlinson again. But they obviously weren't able to close out free ball enough. Inevitably, 23-point defeat. Next up at Broadmeadows Basketball Stadium, we've got the state champ men taking on the Blackburn Vikings at 8 p.m.